Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Texans and the reigning Super Bowl champs. All that and more coming up next.
Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Mississippi State product, the mobile quarterback, Dak Prescott.
And what a great game that was to watch last week, because he put on a show in the wild card round with 5 touchdown passes. So if you ever want to see what a hot quarterback looks like, watch that tape. Let's see if that same hot quarterback shows up in this one.
Play 1 and Prescott to the air. And his first look is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Prescott. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Of course, he's coming off that monster game in their wild card victory, but that's his first catch here in the divisional round. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Prescott. Buying time to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pierce will try to pick it up. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The Texans send the punter out. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. Room here to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 60 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement.
You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a stoppage here, as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead him to 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Breece Hall. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll run it here with Wilkins.
He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Holding, offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, You might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. This is Wilkins. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that practicing game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Hall again on second down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that they don't start to slow him down. It's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll go again with Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Hall ought to give up the middle. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. They run it with Hall off the option. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Option play, here's Hall. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They'll look to run with Hall. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Prescott. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Prescott now. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. It's caught, Cooper. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So it's on to halftime of this AFC. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Ball again on 2nd down. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Finley lost it.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Prescott's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Hand off right side to Pierce. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taken in at the 22. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run it with Hall off the option. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Hall again on 2nd down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 149 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Hall again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Straight ahead is Hall. Powering forward. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Option play, here's Hall. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the 8. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Breece Hall saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Dolphins are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
To throw again on 2nd down, Prescott. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Prescott. Delivers another one to Pierce. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Prescott yet again. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And they'll work this down inside the 30. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. On 1st down, right back to Hall. They find some open field here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 214 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all game long. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs, but what also... You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. The Texans send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. Fielded just inside the 30. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And it'll be Dolphin football. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?